Wow, nobody would follow directions this morning, except for Tux was where Tux was supposed to be. But Morris got up there between Tux and Marty and refused to follow me. So I had to remove Tux's food, get Morris down. Him and Marty are over here now, which is good. I understand that they're hungry, but everybody's got a place. And yes, it's raining. It is. And yes, my Sasanqua camellia looks gorgeous over there. And yes, I have Mr. Rub My Leg getting wet. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's raining more than I thought it was out here. I would have put on my other jacket. It had let up and it started again is what it is. Yeah, Stripe was acting all confused too, so I carried him over. I don't think he's gonna say. He's gonna be right up on my leg. I do have to do a little water stuff. Dang it. My babies have the clean water they deserve and the fountains are refilled and I'm wet, but it's like 65 out here, so not too bad. Texas getting his butt wet sticking out over there. He's all boy, it doesn't bother him. It's not that cold, or I'd dry him off. Okay, back inside. I am liking that camellia this morning. Way cool. Hi, Panther. You're all nice and dry. You got the best spot, bud. Multiple heating pads and chairs. You got the best spot. Good morning. Yeah, they said 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches today. It actually looks like it's moving out quicker than they thought. Maybe it came in overnight quicker than they thought. But with all the football games this afternoon, it's family day down at UNC Charlotte. It's big football home game today. Johnny just didn't have any interest in going to the football game. And with us bringing him home next weekend, you know, going back to back wasn't exactly optimal. We could have done it, but it wasn't optimal. Hey, Stripe. Yeah, you take your morning walk, even in the rain. Anyway, between the fair and the football games, if it clears out of here earlier than expected, that would be awesome. Good morning, Princess. How are you? I see you did eat all your chicken. Good girl. I'm ready to go walk, but it's raining.
You don't look happy. You look sad.
It's raining.
It is? I can hear it.
I mean, real rain.
Yes, real rain. I thought you said it's supposed to be stopping.
It looked like it was going to be stopping.
The radar lied.
I finished video editing Lovin' on Gray. You know, that takes somewhere between 45 minutes plus. And lately it's been until my computer battery dies. I've been getting it in just under the wire or having to race back out to the other room. But anyway, she's had a lot of attention. She comes and lays in here and I rub all over her and it's all good. But you eat your chicken now, honey. You eat your chicken. Don made use of the pretty weather yesterday and planned to work a couple hours today. So that's what he's doing while we sort of try to wait for it to stop out there. And this one just came in all wet and I dried him off, and I'm sure as soon as I start working on my Legos he'll get up on the counter and I'll ask him if he can go back outside. Hi. Hi. Well, I don't know if I have that big plate or the 4 small plates. I'll have to go check. Also, the fluted round edges. Yeah, this hat is a little, not quite what I expected. You know, for these little things, and anything under like 400 parts is little, I really don't do a complete walkthrough or look at the inventory parts necessarily before I begin. So, you know, it's kind of a surprise as I go along what I need. Yeah, so you don't take up quite as much space as Stripe, so I guess you can stay there. But the problem is he's going to want to come up too. He's going to want to come up too. Hi, bud. Oh, and now we have a Marty at the door, of course. Marty, you're not missing any food. I didn't put anything else down for him, I swear. There she is. Oh, I still got to do the arms. There's the hat. I was right. I don't have these 4 pieces in black. I had 2 alien spacecraft ones. And 2, I don't know what that's from. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The alien spacecraft ones don't look too bad, but obviously black would be better for a witch's hat, right? Let me go do her arms. As is often the case, I've been putting away things and sorting while I've been building as needed. I did all my plant stuff so I could find stuff again. Well, the guy said that the arms were fragile, and they're fragile. You put one thing on it, other thing falls off, but it's there now. It's still raining. It's actually still raining pretty good. It's 2 o'clock. I want to get the little black cat built that goes with the witch. Hi, honey. But I don't want you to come out and get wet. Marty, no. Marty. I'm sorry, Tux. Tux, don't follow me, honey. It's raining. Where do you think I'm going? Okay. I needed to go to the garage freezer. I really should have gone when I started working on the Legos so I could defrost something for dinner. It'll be harder now. I have to turn the fan on it or do other stuff. I'll situate him when I go back. I won't let him stay out in the rain. I know it's not raining that bad or that cold, but come on, buddy. Let's go back to your spot. Mom doesn't want to leave you out in the rain. Come on. I miss you too. Marty took over your spot. I'll come out and help situate you. Let me hand put this stuff down. Did get the little cat done in honor of Stripe and Tux, and because I didn't have the right black brick. This kitty's also a tuxedo. Hi, Stripe. Look at that workbench. Woohoo! Yeah, I asked him when he came in last night, did you take a video? And he said, no, I forgot. And I'm like, well, that's worth taking a video over.
I'm going to mount this so I can use it. It's got a light and a magnifier. And so I can see a little bit better because sometimes I can't see. This light does really good. But
right.
But, you know,
it doesn't magnify.
It doesn't magnify, yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
And so I got my, you know, that Johnny and I have been using all that. I got my actual soldering station out and set it up. And I might even get my oscilloscope out. I don't know. It kind of depends. I don't have a lot of room.
Well, Johnny's thinking about doing some robot stuff when he's home, but I don't know. It's going to be such a fly-in, fly-out sort of a weekend. I don't. He wants to, but I think all the visiting and friends and stuff he's got to do is going to tie him up. But yeah, he's going to bring his robot bins back with them, and of course he's got all his tools and stuff in his bins.
I did get the MOSFETs for that power pack. The ones I think might be the problem, and I'm just
for the Bowder.
Yeah,
Yep,
so yeah. That's to be hooked up.
Yeah, you have several little electronics projects, and probably those before JB comes, because that's not really a two-person job. So
right. Well, yeah. In other words, I've got several things, and like you said, I got the little vacuum cleaner to work on, and I got the big vacuum cleaner, and I got to work on the fan.
And fix my Star Trek globe, and you could come out here for a day and tinker with little electronics and probably still not be caught up.
It never ends.
Yeah, so it's going on 6. What time do you stop work? 4:30?
Yeah, about 4:30.
So you put in 5 hours today?
Put 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. Yeah, I was gonna tease him about him and Elon and a time estimate. So they're real. They'd be like this. But Don has learned to pad better than Elon over the years.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was doing writing and reviewing documentation, and that takes longer, and I had to look a lot of stuff up.
Yeah. Well, Don does a thorough job. He doesn't do anything that he does halfway. So it's just how it is. And so when he told me a couple hours this morning, I went and got myself very happy with my Legos.
Yeah, she was just
and then it stayed raining, so it wasn't like we were like, oh wow, it's so pretty, let's stop and go out there. That wasn't. It didn't do that.
So crappy looking out
but
there.
we're gonna go for a little drive because I'm itching to.
Happy.
I need.
She needed out. She can't stay cooped up.
Right. I
got freedom.
Right. And you wanted to say one thing about the current events news stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that happened this week is the North Carolina legislature has a super majority of Republicans in both the House and the Senate, so they can override the governor's veto, and they did. They overrode 5 of the governor's vetoes, and of course, that I'm not trying to get into political, but one of the things they overrode, I was glad they did. I'm pro-nuclear, and one of the 5 items that was overridden was allows nuclear to be considered clean. Apparently our net zero 2050 targets excluded the nuclear energy. You couldn't count nuclear energy towards the 2050 net zero targets, and I think that's wrong. I think nuclear energy doesn't emit carbon or CO2. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it certainly does not, for the amount of energy it produces, it does not emit CO2 that it should be counted as clean. And the reason that it was not counted as clean was that there are people who only believe the only possible solution to our energy future is renewables. There is nothing other than renewables that will solve the problem. That's what they believe. And I think that during this transition, we need nuclear energy, and therefore I don't want to exclude it. 200 years from now, 300 years, 50 years from now, no problem. But here in this, between now and 2050, I can't see how we're going to make net zero without nuclear energy being counted towards emission free. So like I said, in the future you can talk, maybe get a little tighter, but I don't want to discard the investment we have in nuclear. In particular, the reason that this is important is that Duke has proposed a small modular reactor at one of the plants in North Carolina. I believe it's actually a coal plant, and they're going to put a nuclear reactor there. And so a small modular reactor to replace that. So I'm all for that. So, but that they weren't going to get any credit for it if they did it, unless this veto was overridden.
Right. So I guess they could make decisions that we would be happier with now that they get to count it. It's all about counting and funds and stuff. I told Don he could say all of that, but that separation of the branches of government is important, and the North Carolina legislature has been doing a power grab from the governor.
I agree.
And although we are happy with this particular veto, which will happen from time to time in the normal course of politics, that the power grab happening in our state right now by the legislature, it's a little not right, scary.
I don't like I like the governor, the executive branch, to have be reasonable. I don't want them to be totalitarian, but I certainly want them.
Right, there's supposed to be a balance between and these checks and stuff. And
I do believe that appointing people to committees and things of that nature should be the role of the executive. I don't think the legislature should be excluded completely. Maybe they get to pick one a person, but now basically the legislature is going to get to pick all the committee heads and all this stuff, and that I don't know all the finer details, but let's put it this way: as Marianne said, they grabbed the power away from the governor. The governor had that power.
Yeah, it's been a little...
There's many different facets to this, and I don't know all of them. I was just commenting on the one thing. I'm pretty confident that I feel is a reasonable thing, and I thought the governor was being a little short-sighted, not counting nuclear, because we need nuclear, and if we've already got it and we need it, we need to add some more, and it's going to take a mix of things to solve our energy transition, and so I didn't want nuclear excluded from it. So from that point of view, I'm totally support that.
Yep. Woo! Clearing here at the end of the day. I have to look at how much rain we got when we get back, but I don't think as much as they thought, but a good bit still.
Yeah, well,
we'll see.
The sun is coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, I feel like my eyes needed some sunshine, some bright light, some real, you know, light today, natural light, sunlight.
Yeah, well, it's nice, the sun.
Yeah.
It's going to be out for a few more minutes. This time of year, though, it starts setting really fast.
Right. I thought we'd walk the route, the Pogo South Park Loop route, and then that might be all we do.
Stretch our legs.
Stretch our legs. It's getting late. It won't be a full walk today. Okay, we walked the South Park Loop over there by the bed. Got credit for it. It was only 13 minutes. It's going to be 15 by the time we get in the car.
Gravel now.
Yeah, it looked paved for a minute. Well, it might be it's packed asphalt or the very first little bit of crushed asphalt stuff.
Yeah. We're getting close.
Yeah, see, it's been pressed with the roller.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's getting very close.
They got the grass, the reason it looks like that is they put the grass seed down and they sprayed it, and that kind of keeps it there, keeps it from washing away.
Yep. It's coming right along. Don's taking me to Harris Teeter and Walmart. And I got what I needed at Harris Teeter. It's dark out now, Donnie. Well, almost dark.
Dark enough.
This is the first time Marty has ever come up and gotten between me and Don like Midnight does. He just he was in on the bed laying in his normal evening spot, and he just was like, I think I'll go see my people. Meow.